What's up, fellas? It's a great day because Wake Up Mintzy is doing what it always was supposed to do, and it's taking it to the people of the South. We are sponsored by the amazing folks of Dude Wipes. You know we wouldn't be getting on the road without the best product ever to clean up the messes that we will inevitably be causing this week in Hoover, Alabama. We're at the SEC tourney, and want to shout out Tyler Moody running this. We got a great setup. We're out in the left field parking lot, huge tailgate. SEC tourney actually starting up at 9:30 a.m. today, and I've got a couple of special guests today joining us. We've got the #1 college baseball podcast in the world. That's right, numero uno. There is none better. First of all, Ben Upton on my right. We're going to start, Ben. Happy birthday as well, bud.
Thanks, Mintzy. Yeah, a lot of people don't know, but we go way back. We've known each other for, what, 5 years now?
Yeah, about that. We really hung out first time in 2021 in Omaha when Mississippi State won it all. And we've gotten to be really good friends. And I'm a huge supporter of 11.7. Ben's a huge supporter of Barstool. And just such a unique opportunity to cross-promote. Before we get to that, got another co-host, too. Jack, what's up, man? How do I always mess up saying your last name, DeLong?
It's DeLongshot, going French to your French quarters, man.
There you go.
I appreciate you having us, bro.
Jack DeLongshot here as well, the co-host of 11.7, also calls a lot of college baseball on networks and stuff. And, guys, thrilled to have y'all here in Hoover. Y'all are going to do it big. We got college baseball postseason cranking up today, and it's really just going to roll from right now through Omaha, which is going to end in a little over a month. And, man, what a special time of year this is.
Yeah, this is our first time here, too. We've made it around to several conference tournaments in the past, but we've never been to the granddaddy of them all here in Hoover, Alabama. We got the stadium in the background. Just looking at it just gets me hyped up.
Yeah, this is such a great week, and it's fun. So we're in a tailgate, just letting everybody know to set the scene. We're in a tailgate in the left field parking lot. I'm from Monroe, Louisiana, and some of my really close high school buddies have been coming to Hoover since 2008, and they always, every year, they do it bigger and bigger. I mean, we got couches, we got big screen TV, they got the grill already getting fired up. We got a great menu. So the next 3 days, I mean, we're doing boiled crawfish Thursday. We're cooking up, doing it big, and then we're going to go in to hit the games up, and we're going to just try to cause some controversy and chaos around the SEC tourney, which has certainly never really been a problem for me in the past. Keeping an eye on the Vanderbilt-Florida game today, that's for sure.
Yeah.
You going to go find your boy?
I mean, I'm not saying I'm not.
We got to figure out a little bit more about the Vandy Whistler, and there's a mystique about him. Nobody really knows his name, but, man, he'll be here. I'm excited. I want to try to get an interview with him. But, yeah, you went viral a couple years ago with him. Is that right?
Yeah, so 2022, I went at him and told him he was a disgrace to the Southeastern Conference on camera. And it's the biggest, one of the top 3 videos, maybe 2 videos I've done since I've been at Barstool from Hoover. And that was actually my first time at Hoover. And what's interesting is I was talking about my friends with the Hoover thing. They've been doing it since 2008, and they said forever, they're like, you know, I would always be like, oh, whatever. I don't want to come to Hoover because it's in the suburb of Birmingham. Like, the location's probably not my favorite. They're like, no, you don't understand. When you get here, it's the best event. And they're totally right. It's such a fan-friendly experience. They let everybody tailgate. There's RVs everywhere. They got a fan fest out in right field, batting cages, all kinds of stuff. And, you know, there's nothing better than SEC baseball. And we got a hell of a lot of good teams. And we'll go ahead and set the stage for, you know, Tuesday is the first. The way it works is Tuesday's the first round, kind of almost the play-in, so to speak, into the quarterfinals, and then it's double elimination in the quarters. But for Tuesday, which is the top 4 teams all at buys, I don't think the matchups could be any better today. I mean, I think we got riveting stuff. They start at 9:30 a.m. We got the LSU Tigers taking on the Georgia Bulldogs and Charlie Condon, who set the new BB Core record with most home runs in a season in college baseball. And LSU just swept Ole Miss. Tough subject, but, you know, not the best year. To get to 13 SEC wins, which is the key number. So now they're looking at a bid. We'll just start with that. Are the LSU Tigers already in the NCAA tournament, win or lose today? I think they are.
Yes, 100%. I think they're in. The committee needs LSU, too. I mean, defending champions. So the selection committee is not going to leave out a team like LSU who played really well down the stretch. And, you know, they have the history. They have the fan base. They're in the tournament, whether they win today or lose.
I think the big question is Florida, right? A bubble team with maybe arguably the greatest college baseball player of all time, and Jack Caglione, who's being kind of coined as the Shohei Ohtani of college baseball. To me, they seem a lot closer. Like, they need to make a run in Hoover to make a substantial stance to get in. But I'm stoked, man. I feel like if Omaha's the mecca of college baseball, between this tailgate right? And this ballpark, that's way bigger in person than it is on TV. I don't know if there's a better venue in the entire country for baseball in general, because I just think there's people here in the Southeast, like, it does mean more, right? Not to, like, sound cliche as hell, but it's just the case, man. I'm stoked.
Yeah, so running through it, LSU, Georgia, 9:30 first pitch. We got 4 games today. I want to have a moment of celebration real quick for the weather in Hoover, Alabama right now, because every year it rains like holy hell at this thing, and everything gets backed up. And it's honestly like a tradition in Hoover, and we got great weather reports today, tomorrow, and Thursday. So it feels like a special year and vibe on that front. Starting with LSU, Georgia, 9:30. Second game today, Alabama, South Carolina. Bama kind of known to make runs here in Hoover. They're on their home field. We're going to go through DraftKings and the lines here when we get a chance, but I wouldn't be shocked to see Bama, put up a little fight here. It seems like every year in Hoover they do.
Yeah, Alabama plays well here. They also need to play well this week. Like, they're another bubble team that is kind of like, losing a series to Auburn last week was a big hit. Obviously, I think they're in the tournament. But, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see them fight with South Carolina game 2 today, another team that's been struggling down the stretch. So just to get into that double elimination bracket, a win today is huge.
Yeah, and give it up for Tyler Moody, our guy producing. He's putting together, he's got the camera setups going, taking the show on the road. Just really appreciate him coming over from Shreveport yesterday and here all week helping to make this happen, because we certainly couldn't do it without him. The next 2 games tonight, Vanderbilt, Florida. You just mentioned that. The Vandy, Florida thing, I don't want to say this, but, like, for how hyped they were, 2 of the most disappointing teams this year. What do y'all think went wrong?
Dude, I have no idea. Vandy's one of those teams that, like, they can hit a switch and win 12 games in a row. They're an interesting team. I don't know. Jack knows more about them than I do.
What's interesting, too, when you think about a Tim Corbin and a Vanderbilt baseball squad, like, to me, they're just so disciplined. They play all 3 phases of the game so well that, like, this time of year you anticipate them for it, like, to get going. Now, Florida, yes, they bring back – obviously Ohtani and Jack Kaggs, but, like, they lost a lot. Like, Herson Waldrop was a stud in the front end of that rotation last year. So that Omaha team is very different. But Vanderbilt, after I saw them in Houston, they were really good. They I think they were down 11, I think 8 or 9 to a Texas team in that Houston Classic at Minute Maid Park. So to me, when you look at a Vanderbilt team, they obviously have all the pieces. They got a catcher, Alon Espinal, who's hit homers of close to 117 miles per hour exit velo. Really obsessed with that kid behind the plate. But we'll see what happens. I think whoever has to win this thing, I think, is going to win this thing. I know that sounds kind of trivial, but like when you talk about A&M and Kentucky and some of those teams that have the bye, they don't necessarily
and
need
they're
to
already
go on a
hosting
run.
regionals, too.
They've already got a national seed. I think someone who's desperately looking for a dub, like a Vanderbilt or a Florida or an LSU, your Rebs could go make a run. This feels like Bianca could get weird and frisky tonight. I don't know.
Well, we'll see, and it's the night game. Like I said, the matchups are great. Ole Miss, Mississippi State, can't have a better rivalry game there to end this thing. That's going to be a late night game. Could start 9:30. Going to be in here late tonight, but Ole Miss obviously kind of won 2 out of 3 2 weeks ago against A&M, and got in a situation where if they won 2 or 3 in Baton Rouge, they might get sneak in the back door of the tourney, and then they just got smoked in Baton Rouge, and it was just a total disaster.
Yeah.
Curious to see where their mental state's going to be going into the day, and there's nothing more Mississippi State would love than to end Ole Miss's season.
100%. And, but, again, this is the SEC tournament, and every team feels like they're going to make the tournament, the NCAA regionals besides Ole Miss right now. So 11 teams looking really good. Ole Miss, that 12th team, looking out. It would not surprise me one bit if Ole Miss just made this miracle run and won the whole thing. They won this SEC tournament, clinched the automatic qualifier. We see some weird stuff here in Hoover every year.
Yeah, and so the 4 teams with byes waiting on tomorrow. The 1 seed Tennessee plays at 5:30 tomorrow. The other teams are Arkansas, Texas A&M, and Kentucky. I want to run through some Barstool stuff real quick. Shout out to the Stoolies. A lot of stuff going on, as always. I'm just kind of recapping my weekend. I ran up to I've never been to Battle Creek, Michigan before. Talk about a random place to go. I went up to Firekeepers Casino, fired the Mid-States Poker Tour event. $1,100 buy-in. It got 2,700 people. Like, how are that many people playing in – where the hell is Battle Creek, Michigan? I couldn't believe how big it was. And I was happy with the effort. I mean, well, kind of. No, I don't want to sound like moral victory-ish, but got knocked out with 5 minutes to go at the end of the night. Like probably 140th out of 1,100 that day, but barely missed making day 2 in the money, which was heartbreaking. But more than just the poker stuff, I sent out a tweet.
Yeah, we got to ask this tweet.
Yeah, we sent out a tweet where I was mad after I busted because I thought I made a couple small mistakes in hands.
Did you know what you were doing with that?
No,
tweet?
I was just mad. Well, the whole thing was I was tweeting about poker all day, and so I thought people would understand it was poker just because my timeline was poker. And I said, busting out at the end of the night is the worst. All I needed to do was make it with 10 more minutes to survive. And I didn't say in poker, but I figured everybody would know it was poker because my whole Twitter was poker. And, of course, everybody's minds are just in the gutter, and everybody thought I was talking about sex. And ended up being 2.2 million view tweet. So, people caught some flack for that tweet. What did y'all think of it?
I just wanted to say kudos to you. I usually bust on the poker table way too early, I've been told. So kudos to you for even making a run that deep. But I love that you really genuinely meant it because you doubled down on it. Your second tweet, kind of confirmed, yeah, what's the big deal here? Like, it was a crappy end of my night. Why are you guys celebrating?
Yeah,
so.
I mean, people's mind. Well, I understand why people's minds are in the gutter. I was just talking about poker. Can a guy be mad when he drives 3 hours to random Battle Creek, Michigan in the middle of the night, Friday night, and plays for 12 hours and barely misses the money? Can a guy be angry without people just saying, my mind's in the gutter? I mean, I don't know. I just thought it was funny.
Do you consider yourself a premature poker player or a tease of a poker player then?
I feel like more of a tease lately.
Yeah,
I mean, because I've been making – the thing is I've been making deep runs like crazy. Going back to November, I mean, that's now like 5 of my last 8 tournaments. I've had like a good sweat. So I think it's been more of a tease because I hadn't closed any. Well, I closed one that was smaller. But
can I interrupt real quick?
You can say whatever you want.
Mintzy, dude, we got to talk about your socks. It's going to get to 90 degrees today, and you were wearing wool, negative temperature socks outside right now. These things are so thick.
These are Chicago. I guess these are more for the Chicago winter. But hey, I am wearing shorts at least, so it's gonna be a hot one in Hoover today.
I keep looking over and I just see your thick socks just poking out.
Can I ask you a question though?
You can ask me whatever you want.
Do you know? Are you a fan of boots on the ground? Like just boots on the ground? We're boots on the ground.
Yeah, I am. Well, my thing in general. And Ben knows this about my bar. The thing about Barstool Sports makes it so unique is everybody kind of finds their own lane and niche. And my thing's getting out and taking it to the people. Cool. And that's what I love doing. So we're boots on the ground here in Hoover. And I couldn't be more excited about this week.
I asked you that because my cousin, Kale Studier, he's a Houston guy as well. We've been huge fans, man. So we're a little starstruck, right? The Stoolies, I consider myself one. But since you are constantly out, and may I advise, I'm a big flops on the ground guy.
You're a flops on the ground guy.
I'm a flops on the ground. Boots on the ground can kick by the wayside. I think by the end of the week here in Hoover, we go make a run like a Walmart run. We'll all get flopped up, feeling good, feeling frisky going into the week. Vibes on high. Thoughts on the flops?
I had a traumatic experience with the flops back in 2006.
What happened?
Well, my biggest rule on them, I mean, I could wear them in Hoover at something, but never.
2006.
But I'll never wear them to a concert again because in 2006 I was wearing them at the this widespread panic show in Memphis, and it was like real slick floor, like a party, like you know how like back in the day if you're in like a frat house it'd be like party gravy where it's like slick.
Yep.
And I went up and I power bombed myself and like almost killed myself at this concert. And since then I've been like traumatized about wearing flip flops in like public situations because literally like I literally went up and if you could picture this, I power bombed myself, and this was like big me too. This is like I was like 300 pounds, and I looked up and my buddy has this look of like sheer terror, thinking I'm dead, but he's also like about to cry, peeing on himself, laughing. And it was since then, I'll wear them to like the beach and some stuff, but I don't know. I'm just a little traumatized still.
Allow us to help you through this fear,
Mintzy.
We can get you through it.
I can get on the flip flop stuff, that's for sure. I want to touch. Before you get back into all the college baseball, I want to touch on the other stuff in sports. What a weekend it was. Xander Schauffele, so overdue and deserved. Him finally winning a major championship with how he's been a top 5 golfer in the world for years. I thought that was awesome, finally seeing him get his moment in a dramatic PGA championship at Walhalla in Louisville. He made that putt on 18 to win it. I don't know. Are y'all golf fans at all?
Oh, yeah, big time.
Great tournament this weekend.
Awesome tournament.
Started off, I almost thought it was going to be like a marketing play, but I don't know if the PGA could have handled better the Scotty Scheffler situation as well. Like, Obviously, there was so much up in the air. But to have Schauffele win this kind of tumultuous, like, hey, was it going to be Rory with, like, some of his public stuff going on? Scheffler obviously took the world by storm in that really horribly sad and tragic event. But for Schauffele to win it and it to loop around, we were on the phone when that putt rolled in. For a dude that's got 12 top 10 finishes, it made all the sense in the world that he had to even wait to see it hit the bottom of the cup for a W.
Yeah, awesome for him winning. Congrats. What'd y'all think? So getting back to the Scheffler, we had the free Scheffler, Scotty Scheffler shirts go off on Barstool. What did y'all think about that Scheffler deal?
I thought it was made up at first. And I'm waking up at 7 a.m., and I have group messages popping off. I got alerts on my phone. Scotty Scheffler arrested. I turn on SportsCenter, and I was like, this feels like a fever dream, man. Like, Scotty Scheffler's the nicest guy in the world. No way he got arrested. But I mean, obviously, it was just a misunderstanding. It kind of feels like something that would happen to you.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, luckily, I've been to jail before, but never before a poker tournament. Well, nothing too bad, though, man.
Okay.
I've been a couple times, but nothing too crazy. Never had to spend the night or anything, just some classic misunderstandings. None in over 10 years, though. So we're
good.
So we're I think we got my rough and rowdy, rough days hopefully behind me. But I thought the Scheffler thing was wild. Some NBA stuff to touch on. That Game 7, the T-Wolves Nuggets, for Minnesota to be down 58-38 on the road against the defending NBA champs in the third quarter of Game 7 and come back and just beat the hell out of them the rest of the game and win by double digits. I thought that was one of the most impressive performances I've ever seen.
Yeah, especially on the road, too. Down by 20, I turned the channel. I'm like, oh, this game's over. Good for the Nuggets. And then I start, checking the, ESPN app or whatever app. And it's like, whoa, they're making this a game. And then you could, when I turned it back on, you could feel that Denver crowd knew it was coming. Yeah. There was no stopping what was going on.
It was when Rudy Gobert hit that Hakeem the Dream, turnaround faders. That guy's a 30% career field goal shooter. When he makes a shot like that, you're dead in the water. But all the road dogs going on on Game 7. I know the Pacers beat the Knicks as well. It was insane. Usually the home teams dominating these.
Yeah, you would think that the Nuggets are out and that T-Wolves Mavs kind of a new blood. I'm glad to see it. A little new blood. Western Conference Finals. I think that ought to be a heck of a lot of fun.
Do you think? Wait, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh no, whatever, man.
Who do you think is going to win the NBA Finals right now? If you had to pick 4 teams.
I think it's going to be Celtics versus T-Wolves.
Which would be good, right?
Yeah, I think – look, don't get me wrong. I respect the Mavs. I think they kind of benefited from the weaker half of the draw with the banged-up Clippers team and a young Thunder team, and I think that T-Wolves Nuggets was the Western Conference Finals. I think T-Wolves are going to win in 6 in this series against the Mavs. And the Pacers, what a performance. Shot 68% on the road in Game 7, best shooting game in NBA playoff history, scoring 130 points. I think they're a really fun young team, and I think they can possibly push it to 6. But I don't think they can beat Boston. So I think we're looking at the Celtics-Wolves final. And and I look at that. I kind of think the Wolves may win it.
You think so?
I think they got a shot. The Celtics got more experience and stuff, but man, this Wolves team I think is special. And especially with Anthony Edwards, he only shot 6 of 24 in Game 7. But
is he going to be the face of basketball pretty soon? Because you got to help me with the NBA stuff. Obviously, I watch it. I don't know the ins and outs like the baseball world, but he feels like the Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, upcoming young kid, super talented. He's got the personality too. Is he going to become maybe the next American NBA face?
So if they win the title, certainly very well could. And he's got a fun style to watch. He's like a linebacker playing basketball.
Yeah. And what's crazy is he played that 1 year at Georgia, right? And Georgia was not good in college basketball, weren't they? They were not good.
Terrible.
That year.
Yeah. He was along of multiple dudes. Ben Simmons gets drafted number 1 overall. Yeah. LSU didn't make the tournament that year. Georgia. Obviously, Ant goes number 1 overall.
Markelle Fultz was like that,
didn't make the tournament. Yeah. Bizarre. It kind of shows how the NBA kind of prioritizes dudes differently, though.
No, it is a different deal. But so those are our finals coming up. Then the hockey. I've been enjoying following the hockey playoffs as well. The Panthers took care of Boston, so we got a Panthers-Rangers, which should be – I think that's going to be an awesome series in the Eastern Conference Finals too, and the Stars moved on. I got to be honest, I follow it fairly close, but actually, no, I don't. Who won the Vancouver-Edmonton series?
So that's funny you ask. Last night we had a couple drinks in the hotel room, and we're recording the podcast live, the 11.7 podcast that we do. And in the background, we have the Vancouver-Edmonton game, and it was electric. I couldn't tell you who won. Somebody won 3-2. They were up 3-0.
Another road dog. David McJesus and the Oilers. They beat
Oilers.
Vancouver.
I know nothing about hockey, but it was fun to watch.
Okay, so wow, Oilers Stars, cool. Okay,
Yep.
those are the Final Four in the NHL playoffs. But great time of year for sports. Lot going on. Let's get back to now. Shout out to DraftKings as well. They do a great job with the college baseball lines. You can bet run lines, over-unders, and money lines. And, Ben, this is something I want to get into and talk about with you as well, because I remember 3 or 4 years ago when we were getting started with all this stuff, and you could barely – they'd have lines on the NCAA tournament a little bit.
Yeah.
But now you got lines on every midweek game, and it's awesome to see how it's evolved from a gambling standpoint in college baseball.
Yeah, I mean, when we started the podcast back in 2019, there was zero college baseball gambling out there. And, all of us at 11.7, we wanted to make it well known that in order to grow this sport and, get more people interested, doing more research, and bringing a whole new crowd of people, the number one priority was, getting the gambling legalized and focused on college baseball during college baseball season because, as you found out, it's one of the more fun sports to wager on, hypothetically invest in.
There you go.
And also, funny, we've been on here for 30 minutes, 22 minutes. I've been thinking the camera was right there. The camera is right there.
I also didn't see this one until 5 minutes ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
But anyways, the sport of college baseball has grown significantly in the last 2 years just because of the gambling crowd and the money being invested there. Some people love the idea of gambling and all that. Some people hate it. It is what it is, but it is helping grow the sport.
It's legal now, and it's inevitable. So even the people that don't like it, you just got to embrace
100%.
it. It's a big money thing, and I think it's for college baseball. And Ben, you follow it real close. Y'all obviously follow it real close. It's still in its infancy, and so the strategy stuff is interesting to me. I always think there's a lot of value in underdogs because I think the favorites are favored too much because college baseball with the metal bats is so unpredictable. So I'm always kind of looking for underdog value. I also like taking a lot of home underdogs because it's so hard to win on the road.
Yep.
In conference, stuff like you saw last week with Bama going to an Auburn team that's won 3 or 4 SEC games, ends up winning 2 out of 3, but – I don't know. I just love that aspect of it. And then they've also got futures odds. And I was looking at that on DraftKings. And I want to talk a little bit about this NC State team because I know you've been following them close, Jack.
Big time.
I'm kind of looking at placing a wager on them at 45-1 to win the title right now.
Starting to feel like 2021.
It is. And they've got unfinished business from the COVID deal, that huge misunderstanding. And I saw the picture you sent me in their office. It says 2021 NCAA baseball champs with the Sharpie over the controversy. And kind of feels like they're hot. Wake Forest swept Clemson. It was number 2 weekends ago. And I was like, oh, man, Wake may be the best team in the country. And then NC State just sweeps them in Raleigh.
I think what's really interesting, when you talk about the strategy of it, you know it better than anyone. When you look at the SEC, it's so difficult to go win on the road, right? Ole Miss takes care of business against number 1 Texas A&M, right? And then they go on the road. LSU takes care of business at the box. When you kind of look at what NC State's done this year, they may have stacked the best resume in college baseball. They go on the road. They win at home. They've got 6 weekend series wins against top 10 teams this year. Coach Elliot Avon, he's got freshmen. He's got a healthy dosage of seniors and Alex Makarevich and Garrett Pennington who transferred in. But their freshman class is really stupid good. And they're to your point, Mintzy, they're young and they're totally unknowingly going out into these big moments and succeeding because they don't know any better. So I think this is a team that doesn't know that they're supposed to not be a host, that they're supposed to be in these conversations, that they're supposed to be still bitter about 21. And I think there's a ton of value there. I think if you're looking at even the ACC tournament, there's a ton of value. I think they've got the 7th worst odds in that entire conference to go win this championship in Charlotte this week.
Wow. Well, they've certainly got the resume. They're a team to watch because baseball is all about catching that momentum late, and it certainly seems like they have it. Let's talk a little bit about 11.7 for all the Barstool Stoolies that are are familiar with y'all. Y'all got a huge following. I mean, y'all got 67,000 followers on Twitter, and y'all crush the thing that impresses me the most about y'all is the way y'all do the social media clips. Y'all get them out so quick. Y'all are just so on point with that. And Barstool obviously does an amazing job of that as well. But y'all have grown this thing, so Ben, the origin story of it kind of comes back to Barstool a little bit. I believe you were talking to Jared Carabas.
Yeah, it was. It was the Super Bowl party in Atlanta, whatever year that was,
2019. Because I'll never forget it because that was when the freaking Saints had the no call.
Pass interference.
But yeah, I was living just south of Atlanta at the time, so February of 2019. I'm talking to Carabas, hey man, you guys need to start doing a college baseball show because, he had whatever show it was for Barstool at the time for baseball. I was like, you guys really need to start focusing on college baseball. Like, Barstool needs college baseball. And Dave Portnoy was, like, right there as well next to Carabas. And they were like, you do it. Just like, you create something. We don't want to do college baseball. Nobody cares about college baseball. And I was like, fine. Like, I will. And, man, I've had a blast doing it. Dimitri, who's not here, he's actually playing pro baseball in Italy right now. But, he does 90% of the back-end work. He helps a lot with social media. And then we brought Jack on this year. And Jack and I have been good friends for a couple of years now. But, man, we're just trying to build it organically. This is the 6th season we've done it. And, man, the fans are great. People are really passionate about this sport. And it's not even like work. We love doing what we do every day. And, we try to add just different aspects and perspectives to college baseball as former players. Something that the fans like to relate to other than scout talk or, professional interviews. Like, we want to talk with the players and the coaches in a more relaxed way, more chill way.
Yeah, no, it's all about that. The thing with college baseball, there's so many fun atmospheres, traditions, fan bases, all that stuff, just looking to be highlighted. And the thing about y'all take it to the, talk about taking it to the streets and the people, and that leads into this week. Y'all aren't just doing Hoover. Y'all are going to Montgomery, an hour away from here, to go to the Sun Belt tourney as well.
Is it bad to say I'm looking forward more to the Sun Belt tournament as a whole? That conference is it's one of the best conferences to keep up with this year. It's a gauntlet. It's a mini SEC. But unlike the SEC tournament where 11 teams are going to probably make the NCAA tournament, probably only 2 or 3 of the Sun Belt teams are going to make it to the NCAA tournament. So it makes it that much more important for their 10-team bracket. I'm looking forward to the Sun Belt tournament in Montgomery.
Yeah, it's UL Lafayette, man. What a year they've had. I believe they're like 80-1 on DraftKings right now. I dropped a little tiny. I think I put $12.50 on them to win 1,000. Just a little far. I don't know if they can win it all, but I think I could see them winning a regional.
Yeah,
I think it's very.
They're definitely like an Omaha caliber team. 100%.
No, they've got a shot. That's so y'all are going to be back and forth this week. First time in Hoover. So what kind of plans do y'all have for Hoover this week, other than eating a bunch of good food and kicking it with me?
Well, I want to start by eating whatever they're making over there. What are they cooking?
So today we've got, and Moody's got a camera on the food as well. I think we've got breakfast tacos and hash browns this morning. But the menu all week is just spectacular. We got crawfish boil. I think we got like 90 pounds of crawfish we're going to boil on Thursday. We're having a fish fry tomorrow. And, we got ribs. Every year they do it bigger and bigger. But, this crew just goes completely all out for this week in Hoover. And so, I'm just kind of lucky to just kind of leech off them, to be honest.
I was going to say, it was bad to say that you're more excited for Montgomery just because we get to hang out here all week. He was telling me about the food and the drink, selection. I was like, this is 5-star catering for the boys. I'm all the way in. From a baseball perspective, I kind of know what you mean. But I'm all about these tacos.
Yeah, they got the LSU. I'm around a bunch of Louisiana LSU guys here, and LSU world renowned for the way they tailgate and party on the road. They've got a ton of RVs here. They travel. A lot of people travel for Hoover every year, and like I said, these guys have been coming since 2008. And they were recruiting me forever, and I was like, whatever. And then I finally came in 2022, and I had the Whistler thing happen. I was like, well, this is an annual tradition now.
Yeah.
I do think your crawfish boil on Thursday, if you are in Hoover, come find us. I think that would be the coolest part is, in Omaha, it's so interactive. Everyone's so happy. It's like Disney World for baseball fans. I think that's what I'm kind of expecting here because by, I guess, week 2 in Omaha last year, it was purple and gold everywhere, right? The SEC had just dominated it. So to be, fully engulfed in it this week, I think this is going to become the staple. You guys are going to be the cornerstone of this dang thing.
Well, yeah, that's what. And then other guests, Kyle Peterson's going to be here doing Wake Up Mintzy with me tomorrow. Already caught up. We're going to have a lot of college, a lot of players playing this week. I'm excited. Amani Larry from Mississippi State's going to be here tomorrow.
He's awesome.
Well, yeah, it's cool, too. That's full circle, sentimental for me because I remember I did a show when I was doing Bossier City, Shreveport radio, and this was 2017. So Monty Larry played quarterback for Parkway, which is the rival school to Airline, who I call games for. And we did a live show before that game at Airline that he came on and did an interview with me before playing quarterback, and now we're going full circle 7 years later.
That's awesome.
And he's the SEC tourney playing for Mississippi State
awesome.
against my school, Ole Miss, tonight. But he's excited. I hadn't got to see him in years, and I've been following his career close. Super excited about that. But we've got we're going to run down a bunch of other players. Hoping to catch up with Kendall Rogers at D1 Baseball. He's kind of doing the Sun Belt SEC thing as well. Billy Lucci, I'm trying to get him on from A&M. He was saying he was going to come to Hoover, but not 100%. But we're going to have just a huge week of guests, and then we're going to get out, go hit in the batting cages, do all kinds of fun activity, and who knows what could get started up this week.
I'm prepared. Don't they have the radar gun thing where you can see how fast you throw up there somewhere?
I think they do.
Yeah, I'm prepared to rip my shoulder out of socket trying to throw this ball as hard as I can.
Do you have a number?
How fast does Mintzy throw?
Over under. We got it. You could get your.
I'd probably 64.
I would go under 64.
Okay,
I don't think you can hit 64.
Have your boys set a line. I think that'd be fun.
Okay, we can do that.
Easily. Oh, my God.
Yeah, chat. Moody can see the chat, too. So anybody in the chat, y'all got questions to 11.7, guys. Fire them away. I want to run through DraftKings real quick.
I got to –
Go ahead, you do whatever you want.
Speaking of DraftKings, your boss, Dave Portnoy, has been on a heater when it comes to futures bets, right? He hit the obviously the Michigan football wasn't a future, but $500,000 there. He wins the
big – $1 million on Michigan.
Or million, yeah, $1 million on Michigan. He hits the UConn future. He hits the Scotty Scheffler Masters future. What future would you recommend Dave Portnoy to take college baseball-wise?
I told him the NC State 45-1. And he also is going to want to do it, and I'm going to hit him up about this, but he took NC State the year they got screwed in Omaha and had them 12-1 before the College World Series and has a great relationship with them and that coach. And I feel like this is the revenge for that in the air. So I'm going to recommend him take the NC State 45-1, and that'll give him a rooting interest during the tournament.
I was going to say, I remember when El Presidente did I guess it was the prime unboxing when he was whipping up over the jerseys. He had the NC State jersey, I believe. I think if it goes well, they dominate in Charlotte like I think they will. I think we get flops on the ground in Raleigh because they're for sure going to host at Doak Field. They're the real deal. Coach Elliott Avon is a G. He's an old-school guy that is completely in touch with, I think, the kind of way that NIL is rocking and rolling in today's landscape. I'm all in. Would you say 45-1 is a good number?
Yeah, no, and the thing about it is it's only going to go down because they're so hot right now. I mean, they won 2 out of 3 against the top 10 Virginia on the road, and they swept Wake Forest, who's top 5, top 10. So it's kind of one of those things that used to be 80-1, but I would say if you're going to take it, ain't no time like the present on that front. Okay. I'm going to run through the lines real quick for today because, as I said, on DraftKings, we got them. LSU is minus $1.35. Georgia coming back at plus $1.05. Over under 13 in our first game. Y'all got any thoughts on this?
Yeah, so Jack and I decided on the drive over here. We're not going to lose any college baseball.
Okay, you decided you're going to win all your bets.
Yeah, we're just not going to lose this week. We decided we're going to win them all, and we're pretty sold on LSU.
Okay.
LSU's going to win this first game. Yeah, and they're not going to lose.
Well, I can't wait to see Charlie Condon play because I hadn't got to see him play live yet with the season he have. How many homers did he? I know he had
35.
35
in 53 games, I believe, which is it's video game numbers. The record before this was Jack Caglione. Last year he broke it, 33 homers in 70 games. So Condon's hit 2 more in 17 less games. It's unbelievable. He's going to hit 40. For the first time since 1997.
Yeah.
Brandon Larson. I remember that. The Gorilla Ball LSU. So y'all like LSU minus the $1.35 today in the first game. All these lines, as I said, on DraftKings, this is a huge week. So Bama, South Carolina, Bama's minus, it's basically pick on. Bama minus 120, South Carolina minus 110. I like Alabama in this game. Here's why. I know they faded and had the bad weekend at Auburn. But the Hoover deal, South Carolina goes one and done here all the time. They do not do well in this tournament. Bama seems to make a run with it being closer home to Hoover, and I know that's basic logic, but that's what.
What's the over/under in that game?
It's not. I don't see it yet. I just see a line.
Take the under. Take the under in that game. It's going to be hard fought. Not very good offenses, but really good arms. They're going to throw today. They have to win today. If they lose today, they're out. If they win, they get 2 more guaranteed games.
And I think both teams feel like with a win in Hoover, it almost guarantees that they get an at-large.
I feel like they're both going to get in anyway.
Do you think?
Yeah.
It's the SEC when in doubt, right? You know that their fan base is going to bring money to the committee, take care of your bottom line. As a Palmetto State guy, Mintzy, I know you probably feel the same way about your New Orleans teams. I've said all year on our 11.7 pod, I'm easily persuaded. I've often said bribed. I'm trying to change the verbiage a little bit. But if you do an interview with me and my fine handy-dandy pencil, I'm pretty much the biggest fan in the world. Thus why I have to go with the South Carolina Gamecocks. Second team all-conference catcher, Cole Messina. His nickname is the Moose. He is a Moose. He's a monster. And they've got maybe one of the more talented sophomores in the country in Ethan Petrie.
Yeah.
I think the stars show up. You know what I mean? Sometimes it just takes 2 guys, put the team on their back. They've got an absolute psychopath in Garrett Gainey on the mound that I really like as well. I'm just dropping in names so you guys will feel better
so
about
I feel
mine.
like, well, I mean, you know, like it's
the
the Barstool college baseball expert. You know, I knew Ethan Petrie was. I knew who he was.
Yeah, he's good.
But as far as deep roster stuff, I'd sit here and be lying if I could.
Well, I think I was just convincing myself, trying to talk myself into it by dropping in a lot of like just big words and names to
happens
just
to everybody.
Again, to persuade the people. That's all.
And then finally, the late night game, Mississippi State's minus $1.45, which. I mean, I don't want to say it looks a little short with how the way Ole Miss finished the year. Ole Miss did beat State 2 out of 3 in the regular season. I don't know though. If I was going to take Ole Miss today, I'd need better than $1.14 price. I don't think that's high enough.
That's a game I'm hammering the under as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
State can hit.
It doesn't matter. Like both of those teams hate each other. This is the old school SEC football. Throw out the record books. It's going to be a very fast, low-scoring game, almost guaranteed.
Okay, that's almost.
Almost.
And then, and then like I said, all these games up on DraftKings. I see an Austin P line. I know that coach is a nut. Last year we saw Oral Roberts make that big run to the College World Series. It's Austin P. This year's called Oral Roberts.
Possibly, yeah. They are exciting. They're averaging like 17 runs a game over their last 10. It's nuts what they're doing. Coach Roland Fanning, great friend of the podcast. I mean, he's a future SEC baseball coach, and his group is super talented. Jack has done multiple interviews with their whole team. We think Austin P has a chance to be that Cinderella story this year.
He's a Mountain Dew guy. You guys, Barstool ended up tweeting out. I know Ben did as well with 11.7 last year. He got thrown out of a game in Liberty, for those who don't know, and took a bottle of Mountain Dew off the field with him. He is the most energetic dude in the country, and his team, oh, by the way, leads the country in homers. What was the line on that one?
Austin P was only at minus $1.35.
It's a hypothetical awesome investment.
Over under 17.5.
Awesome investment.
That game's 9 a.m. start. We got some early ones. Kansas State, Florida Gulf Coast, Austin P, LSU, Georgia, Purdue, Indiana, Miami, Louisville, all 10 a.m. or earlier. I love this Tuesday morning college baseball.
It's the best.
Yeah, it's the best you can find, and now especially that you can gamble on it on DraftKings. I mean, can't beat it. And we've got like a big screen TV, like we got a TV out here, so. You know, my plan for today, I'm going to 3 out of the 4 games today. I'm going to be in Hoover a lot. I'm going to LSU, Georgia. We're going to grill out during Bama, South Carolina. Enjoy being out here, and then I'm going back for Vandy, Florida, and Ole Miss, Mississippi State. So I'm going to be spending a lot of time in that Hoover Met today. So what are y'all's plans for this week? I know y'all are, doing between here and Montgomery. What are y'all's plans?
It is shout out to the first responders. Appreciate everybody.
The Buccaneers, that's got to be a good omen somewhere, right?
Yeah. No, to answer your question, I mean, it's going to be controlled but chaos. We're going to be bouncing off the walls everywhere we go. We'll interview everybody. If you're a 7-year-old boy that's rocking the LSU gear, we'll throw a mic in front of you, and let's get it's going to be controlled chaos, Mintzy. Trying to get as much work done as possible over the next 4 days.
So schedule-wise, y'all going to LSU, Georgia, then going to Montgomery?
No, so we're going – LSU, Georgia, game 1. We're going Alabama, South Carolina, game 2 here.
Okay.
So 2 games here, making the hour drive down to Montgomery. There's 2 games tonight, Sun Belt tournament, and then staying the night in Montgomery. Watching Troy play in the morning. We're watching Southern Miss play in the afternoon, Sun Belt, and then heading back up here for the rest of the week. So we want a little appetizer down there in the Sun Belt.
There you go. Sounds like a heck of a week, man, doing SEC tourney in Sun Belt. Man, gosh, I'm just pumped about this week. I don't know. The way this Hoover thing. Okay, let's hit them.
Ooh.
So,
I'm pulling up the odds.
He's got a bunch.
Okay. So, for Moody back here, he got a question from the chat. Who is a dark horse to win the national championship? I got plenty of dark horses. It depends on, like, how far of a long shot you want. But first of all, DraftKings has the best college baseball lines in the country. It's not even close. We love DraftKings. Look, I'll give you guys a long shot, 50-1, Dallas Baptist.
Ooh.
Like I think they have exactly what it takes to win a national championship. Now, sure, there's good possibility you'll see some mid-major or non-Power 5 teams make it to Omaha, like Oral Roberts did last year. They weren't built to win it, especially with like the Wake Forest and Florida and LSU teams from last year. But I'm saying that this Dallas Baptist team, when playing good baseball, is one of the top 5 teams in the country, hands down. went through a little bit of a cold spell last month, but they're heating back up. So Dallas Baptist 50-1.
I'm looking at it currently on DraftKings, and boy, that NC State thing's down to 35-1 now.
Already?
It was 45-1 yesterday. Yeah, that's gonna. And me talking about it on here ain't gonna help it. So if you if you want the NC State thing, you may want to get on it. But Dallas Baptist 50-1. So when I look at the futures in college baseball, I'm looking at it right now on DraftKings: Tennessee 5-1, A&M 6-1, Arkansas 7-1, Kentucky 10-1, Wake 10-1. Look, to me, the value, college baseball is so random. Anything can happen in the tournament. You got to find the long shots.
Yep.
You know, I don't think I do have a Wake 14-1 from a few weeks ago, but I'm looking at the greater value and the longer shots. You know, it's interesting to see LSU's 30-1 just because they won it last year, even though they were, probably just going to sneak in. I don't think that has any value. No offense, Tiger fans. I don't think any LSU fans is going to argue.
Yeah, they would agree with you big time this year.
But some of the longer ones, Mississippi State 45-1 is interesting to me. TCU usually gets it together in postseason. They're 60-1. I mean, I feel like this time of year we see them get it. You know, I see they always play well in that Big 12 tourney. I think they might, but longer shots. Like I said, ULL's 80-1. I'm going to let you mention some more long shots there.
Mintzy, I think we're in a spot too where we said it all year. Ben's a massive believer in the hot theory. So you want someone that's playing their best baseball of now, but we're also taking note of the track record. 8 years ago, Coastal Carolina, small mid-major, and Conway, South Carolina won the national championship. 8 years before that, another mid-major team. So we're all about the
Fresno State, 08.
Yeah.
They were the only 4 seed to win it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
and then, 8 years before that, Louisiana Lafayette almost won. I think they were semifinalists. 8 years before that, I think it was Pepperdine, then Cal State Fullerton. So it's every 8 years a mid-major team wins the College World Series. This is the year. I'm telling you, there's probably about 4 mid-major teams that can win it all. People from East Carolina are going to say, we're not a mid-major. Well,
you are.
Non-Power 5 in our books. East Carolina can win it all easily.
They're 20-1 right now.
20-1 I still think that has good value.
Don't they have pitching injuries real bad?
Yeah, but they're getting better. They're going to be healthy.
They had that disaster series when Tulane swept them.
Yeah, Tulane swept them. But, yeah, they're all getting healthy now. East Carolina's nasty. Look on the West Coast. UC Irvine, really, really good. They don't have to worry about the transfer portal out there out west. They get their guys. They stay for 4 years. So that's an old, salty vet team. Santa Barbara might be the best mid-major in the country.
No doubt.
2 All-Americans on their roster. Team people are forgetting about. UC Santa Barbara could easily win the whole thing, too. So Dallas Baptist, East Carolina, Santa Barbara, Irvine. I think they
Santa
can
Barbara 100-1 right now.
And they're the Gauchos, which is maybe the coolest nickname in mascot.
I'm looking for Irvine 60-1.
That's actually surprising.
And that's got great value because they're on the West Coast. And
I know.
No West Coast
they're on off the radar.
So they're going to have an easy route in. If they go maybe try to get through an Oregon State and then they end up maybe in an Oklahoma State Super. Not to say they have an easier path in, but they do have a really, I guess, easily navigatable way to get to Omaha.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. No, I appreciate y'all dropping that knowledge. For those, how can everybody follow 11.7?
I mean, you can follow us if you want. I mean, we're a bunch of goofballs, but yeah, we got social media. It's just 11, so 1-1, and then you spell out point, POINT, and then the number 7. 11.7. It's just we're making fun of the NCAA for the lack of scholarships offered at the college baseball level. 35 guys sharing 11.7 scholarships is crazy. So when we started it in 2019, we were making fun of the NCAA, but now we're friends with the NCAA. Uh-oh.
We're commandeering the interview. We're going to stepbrothers this
I just saw Mintzy's butt. His whole butt was out. I don't know if the camera got it. Uh-oh.
Little janitor guy?
Oh, we're going to do a little play-by-play?
No, this is Stepbrothers. Why don't we interview him now?
Let's do it. So, Mintzy, how much do you make before taxes?
I think I can help with this whole Pan dilemma.
Did he just leave us mid-show? What's going on?
Yeah, I'm all about it.
Yeah, I guess it's our show now.
Yeah, it is our show now.
Yeah.
It is Hoover. No, it's
Is he about to do a fast banana?
No, but I don't know. We're not as cool as his last Wake Up Mintzy.
Yeah.
The Barstool intern was far cooler than us.
100%.
He looked geared up for us. I guess we're not cool enough for the fast banana.
Yeah. Uh-oh. I see what's going on.
He got you a surprise.
Oh, man, I saw birthday candles. I almost forgot. This is going to be fun on live TV.
Ben, the needle of college baseball Upton. It is his birthday today.
Can't wait to explain to my grandma how to watch this because she's going to want to see it.
Really?
Yeah, she's going to try to check her DirecTV for it.
Grandma's going to be so happy that they did this for you.
Yeah, she's bummed the Astros lost last night. She's already texted me.
Who do you think Grandma would pick today?
LSU, for
Really?
sure. Yeah, she's a.
She's an LSU fan?
I think she's a closet LSU fan. She's got a lot of family in Louisiana.
How do we not take LSU with everything going on here?
Yeah, I mean, I think LSU is an easy pick. But
Really?
honestly, if I show up pregame and Georgia looks good, I might switch.
Yeah. Tommy White, reigning SEC Player of the Week, though.
He's on fire right
Send
now.
your tanks.
Yeah.
They're going to find a way to get back. I just know it.
Yeah. They're good. I mean, their coach, Jay Johnson, thinks they're a top 10 team in the country.
Any value to that? Validity? Like, if they played in the ACC, what would their conference record look like?
They'd win probably – I'd say they'd probably go like 18-12 in the ACC because you get some like Pitts and Boston colleges and stuff. Mintzy.
Look at this guy.
Don't step on the mic.
Here, I'll hold it.
Why do I feel like I'm
All right,
hold it?
we got Ben Upton's birthday here. A good friend of mine too. Happy birthday!
Thank you.
So we got him a cake from a bakery in New Orleans.
Really?
And yeah, got him a. Do you like flowers, chocolate?
Oh, yes.
All right.
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna try to. Well, this is gonna be an adventure.
Boy, hold on. I need to film this in case this is the million-view
This
viral.
is gonna be rough.
Mintzy is using a lighter and just burned himself.
This is gonna be rough with the light and candle. The light and the candles is gonna be rough here. It's windy here too.
Yeah, I gotta film this just in case.
All right, we're gonna try.
Somehow we're all gonna blow up here.
I don't think this is gonna work.
I think the people are curious though, Mincy. This is
gonna be a
instead of
struggle.
fast banana, is it gonna be fast?
This is going to be a
birthday
struggle.
cake?
We're going to have to light the candles. We have to do this right after the show, but I want to give everybody a shout out. We got 11.7 candles on Ben's birthday.
Oh, you guys cut a candle.
Yeah, we got 7/10 of a candle.
This is awesome
for
dude.
For Ben's
Mintzy,
birthday.
This is unbelievable. Thank you so much. It's heavy.
It's good. It's going to be good. But
It's dense.
But we had to do the 11.7 reference.
11.7 candles. That is amazing.
So we'll get a video and lighting candles and all that when we get off the air, and we'll just get a video. But do want to just say shout out, happy birthday to Ben. Been a good friend of mine now for 4 years, and we appreciate you celebrating your birthday here. We'll Wake Up Mintzy with us at the SEC.
Thank you so much.
So how old? What are you today? 29.
29.
There you go.
Come on.
For real, 29, not the fake one that I've been claiming forever.
They were the same age now.
Yeah, we'll say clearly. But yeah, pretty sweet cake. So hope you like it.
This is an awesome cake.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I was trying to light it, but it's windy. We're gonna have to figure that out. We'll have to just do that right off the air. But we'll get a video of us singing Happy Birthday and
what a guy, man.
light some candles. And we've got some breakfast tacos over here and bacon.
God, I'm gonna cry.
That's gonna be today's menu. But we'll be getting content from here. All weekend. We're here during the week. That's one of my favorite things about Hoover, by the way. I love that it's a midweek party. That's like almost my favorite thing about it. Like, there's no better place to be, period, this week than throwing down midweek in Hoover, Alabama. Moody, do you want a fast burrito?
Oh.
Yeah, I was gonna say I was waiting on the fast banana. I thought you were gonna do it with the cake for a second.
Okay. We're gonna. So the band's like a fast burrito. Jesus,
That's gonna hurt.
This is gonna hurt. They want I did the fast banana and terrified the poor intern Hannah. We got a breakfast burrito. We got sausage, cheese. Gosh, I got to scarf down a burrito and Wake Up Mintzy. All right. Well, the people, do the chat want it, Moody? The people want the fast burrito. Okay, I'm gonna take my headset off.
I have to film everything just in case. We need Mintzy to 1 million views every day.
Flops on the ground. Let's go. Talk about a tone setter. Also, aren't people into ASMR these days? I feel like Mintzy with the mic while doing a fast burrito.
He's in so much pain.
He's in so much pain. I don't know if this is a great idea.
Mintzy chestnut.
I think some hot sauce might make it go down easier. Yeah, bad day.
I mean, you could.
No, yeah, bad content.
All right, it's down. That was not very fast. I got a little bit of sore throat, but
It was a burrito.
that's not very easy to chug a burrito, though, guys.
Chug a
Banana's a little easier.
Chugging bread.
Banana's gonna be a little easier in the burrito. That's for sure.
did ask you, we have a request on behalf of the college baseball community. Did you see the Virginia Cavalier
Yes.
that ate the banana?
Yes.
I
Yes.
think I
We
sent
put it.
to you.
I made sure I tagged Barstool.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, well, I think the next fast banana, you have to eat it like a corn on the cob, maybe.
Okay, we can try that.
Yeah.
Yeah, the banana thing's nuts. I did a fast banana in front of the intern Hannah last week, and she, I think, got terrified. And promised
Oh,
us.
we all saw.
We were
all
joking
saw.
about it when you went to go get the cake. I was like, I wonder if he's going to do it because, I don't know. That was another, I feel like, infamous Mintzy moment. You caught her off guard.
Well, that was the whole
beautiful.
point. It's all about the element of surprise.
Yeah.
And, like, I was like, I'm just good because I figured she wouldn't know what it was, and I just, like, have her on and just rip a fast banana and start the show. And she said it sent chills down her. I didn't mean to, like, terrify her too much, but, you gotta keep them on their toes at Barstool,
Right.
Heck yeah, man.
No, but so this week we're going to be going into LSU Georgia 9:30. Did you have any other games you like today?
Yes. South Alabama plus 105 against. I'm jumping aboard South Alabama for no reason other
They
than.
played pretty well at Lafayette, didn't they? Win
Yeah, they
3-3?
did. I'm riding this South Alabama train. I found a tweet from November where I think I mistakenly tweeted out South Alabama's going to Omaha. They are below 500 this year, but I'm riding South Alabama all the way until their season's done.
We have another one, and this might be a good, fun NCAA features one. It's all about a storyline. West Virginia against TCU today. It's a great hypothetical investment. Randy Mazey, who's basically turned that program upside down, he's in his final season in Morgantown. Also, West Virginia's got a bona fide top 10 pick in J.J. Weatherholt. West Virginia's a fun one to go to Omaha, too.
They're sneaky.
All right.
Yeah.
Are they going to make the tournament?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no doubt. And they win today
100%.
against TCU. They make a run at the Big 12, too.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go. So we got a
Boom.
few picks today. South Alabama like West Virginia. SEC tourney. Y'all said you're on LSU. You like the under in Bama, South Carolina, the under in Ole Miss, Mississippi State,
Yes.
whenever those come out. Well, before get out of here, y'all got anything else you want to add? I'm ready to. Well, I'm kind of ready to eat, but I just chugged that burrito. But I do want to light up. I'm sorry I did a
man.
poor job not getting the candles lit up because I wanted to blow out the candles on the show, but we're gonna just do it with the video off the show, and we're gonna sing "Happy Birthday" to Ben. So
I really appreciate that.
Bunch of dudes with bad voices here, but
Facts.
I think that'll be fun. Shout out Stephen Ingram, Peter Guerrero, and the crew that throws this together. High school buddies of mine from St. Fred's in Monroe, Louisiana. They just do it so big. So appreciate it. We're trying to get some content of me cooking a little bit at some point this week too.
Heck yeah.
So
I love it, man.
all right. Well, shout out to Dude Wipes. Thanks to our sponsor for cleaning up. Let's
And Stella Blue. You
and
guys
Stella. Oh yeah.
I wore my Stella Blue
Yep.
hat today.
Yep. Stella Blue as well. Probably going to have some messes to clean up in Hoover. Stella Blue, amazing coffee. No better way to wake up and get your mind right than Big Cat and Jack DeLongchamp.
Heck yeah.
Said right.
Yeah,
Ben
boom.
Upton.
Crushed
Happy
it.
birthday. We're about to get to his cake, and then we're going to get in here and going to go watch this LSU Georgia game.
Mintzy, I do have one final question
What do you got?
for you. I ask everybody, no matter what pod I do, are you a pencil or a pen guy, sir?
I'm a pen guy.
Oh,
I hate
man,
to
it's so
disappoint
tough
you.
to hear.
I hate to
So
disappoint
It's okay.
you.
You are the man, though, so we appreciate you.
I know, but I
kicking
mean,
us
I don't know. I just the pencils break and stuff.
out.
I
Yeah,
don't
that's
know.
fair.
But the Pencil Pod, shout out to the Pencil Pod.
Persuade you.
With Jack. But follow them. Follow 11.7 and then follow Jack and Ben on Twitter and social and everything. And, we're going to get y'all back. We're going to hopefully see y'all again on Thursday morning, too.
100%.
And follow 11.7.
Absolutely.
Shout out Moody again. When you're taking these shows on the road, this is, a lot of stuff. He had to get it. They got here last night and had to test the internet and all kinds of stuff. And I think went well, Moody. Everything went good.
Let's go.
Seems to have
Let's
gone
go,
well.
Moody.
Moody's the
Heck
man.
yeah. So day one, success, Wake Up Mintzy and Hoover. Tomorrow, Kyle Peterson, maybe the top analyst in college baseball.
He's
join
going
us.
to be an awesome guest for you.
Yeah, can't
He's a
wait. His
really good
son's
dude.
running around with him here, too, this week.
Stud golfer.
Yeah, looking forward. His son's at Ole Miss now, actually. Looking forward to catching up with them, and then we're going to run down players, interviews. We're just going to do the damn thing. We're here to make some noise, cause some chaos in Hoover, and I think let's just go get after it. Ain't no time like the present.
Boom.
Thanks to the Stoolies and 11.7 fans for joining us. So much fun.
Thank you, Mintzy.
Happy birthday,
Yeah.
man.
Thank you.
29th birthday. Now let's go blow out some candles.
All right.
See y'all tomorrow morning.
Dude,